Hello, everyone. Look, this message is not for everybody, so I will not get offended if you don't watch the whole thing. I really won't. I'm having a moment of awakening, clearing, revelation, strength, most of all, clarity. And I think that a lot of people that have gone through this, that are still going through this pandemic shutdown and disruption of our lives. I know that we're not all in the same boat, and so I know that this message is not for everybody because there's some people right now living in the grips of fear, panic, pain, grief, and stress. I get it. And there are those that are having an awakening and they're realizing the things that they can do without. They're realizing that the clock is ticking. And you know, ever since my son passed away from cancer, I have made myself available for grief counseling. And I can't tell you how many calls I get throughout the week ever since then, and including this week. Counseling and listening and praying and offering my shoulder for tears for people who have lost loved ones. And the thing that comes to me is that a lot of people let death catch them by surprise, as if it's not going to happen to them, as if our loved ones are going to be with us forever and ever and ever. I don't want to live in denial. I want to live every moment, every day to its fullest. I want to encourage somebody today to get up. Get up and do something with your life. Stop waiting for somebody to validate you. Stop waiting for someone to love you. Stop waiting for somebody to call you their boo, their bae. Stop waiting for the phone to ring. Stop waiting until you lose weight. Stop waiting until this pandemic is over. Stop waiting until you finish your book or you get that house, that dream car. Today is all that matters. Today is the gift. What are you doing? Are you sitting on the couch? Are you having a pity party? Are you waiting for something to happen and letting life just pass you by? No, get up. Live your life. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Look, I'm fully aware that I am approaching my next birthday. I'll be 70. That means 7 decades of mistakes, 7 decades of blessings, opportunities missed, 7 decades of waiting, 7 decades of walking by faith, 7 decades of just doing a whole lot of stuff. I mean, I made so many wrong, stupid choices, and I made some good choices. It's a mixture of it all. And one thing that I know for sure is that we're going to have to be bipolar with our faith. We're going to have to understand that, yes, we've got blessings on one hand, but on the other hand, we have to juggle our burdens because life is not perfect. And if we only focus on the burdens, then we sit and we decay and we defer our dreams and we become depressed and discouraged and depleted and defeated if we're just focusing on our burdens. And if we only focus on our blessings, then we live in a world of fantasy and naive to think that we're not going to experience pain and setbacks and challenges. There's a balance there. And the stronger we get, the more grounded we are in reality, the more grounded we are in our faith, we can cope with juggling our burdens and our blessings. The one thing I know for sure is that life is all about the C. Not only what we see, but the letter C. Why do I say that? Because in the alphabet, we have A, B, C, D. B is for birth and D is for death. And right in between the B and the D, right between birth and death is the C, the choices that we make. The choices that we make from birth until death define and shapes our lives. The C, the choices that we make. where we're going to go, what we're going to do, who we're going to be with, who gets our time, what we believe, what we reject, what we repel, what we attract. All of those choices that we made with relationships, the choices we made about our jobs, our careers, the choices that we made about resentment and grudges, the choices that we made about traveling and how we handle our money and how we deal with our emotions and how we deal with our childhood, how we deal with people that hurt us, the choices that we make in between the B and the D is what defines your life. So today, you can make a choice. How are you going to spend your life? Are you going to sit around and wait for people to go with you? Are you going to sit around and wait for somebody to change? Have you realized by now that there are people in your life that are not going to change? That's who they are. Have you come to the realization that, you can't fix people. You can't change your parents, your spouse, your children, your friends. But you can work on yourself. And the more you work on yourself, you'll begin to see that people and your environment begins to shift and change too. Yeah. Some people will grow with you and some people will just go. Some will grow with you and some will go. But what are you doing? My challenge to you is to get up off that couch, get up off that phone, get out and do something with your life. Or just, if you're going to be home, do something there. Be creative, declutter, do something. I read a book called, I think it's called The Spark of Joy, The Joy of Spark. It's the two words, joy and spark, are in the title of the book. And basically what this Asian sister is saying is that you only hold on to things in your life and in your home that spark joy in you. And if it doesn't spark a joy in you, let it go. If it doesn't spark a joy in you, let it go. Yeah, I like that. I've been doing some decluttering while I've been home too, and letting things go, and saying goodbye, and just letting it go, and letting go of old beliefs, and letting go of old habits, and letting go of grudges, and letting go of resentment, and letting go of what if, and shoulda, and coulda, and woulda, letting it go. Because they spark no joy in me. I just think that somebody's watching this is just waiting for somebody to come along and save them. I think somebody watching this is just waiting for the right car, the right house, the right dress size. They're waiting to get the award. They're waiting to get the trophy. They're waiting to be acknowledged. They're waiting. And in the meantime, the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking between the B and the D. And the choices that one is probably making is a choice that only leads to despair and low self-worth and discouragement. But you can make another choice. You can say, you know what? This is the day the Lord has made, and I'm going to rejoice in it. That's what you can say. That's a choice. That's a choice. To say, you know what? Life is imperfectly perfect. Life is amazing. Life is wonderful. Life is challenging. Life is interesting. Life is full of misery and miracles. Life is brutal. Life is beautiful. And I love what this one author did. She put the two words together, brutal and beautiful. And she says, life is brutiful. Amen, sister. It sure is. It is brutiful. We're not all in the same boat. And so for some of you right now, life is pretty brutal. It's pretty hard. And for some of you, life right now is beautiful. You know, you're pressing through. Your needs are met. But what do the old folks say? Just keep on living. Just keep on living. Just keep on living. Just keep on living. Get yourself equipped so you can't be whipped by life's changes. Get grounded in your faith so that when the wind comes, when the storm comes, you'll bend, but you won't break. You'll bend, but you won't break. You'll bend, but you won't break. You'll be like that palm tree. You can't see it right now, but there's a palm tree right here in my backyard, and it has been growing wild. And let me tell you, where I live, we have some ferocious winds. They call them the Santa Ana winds. And when they blow, you think that you're in Kansas, like my house is just going to lift up and off the ground. But these palm trees bend, but they don't break. And I made a choice that that's how I'm going to live my life, that no matter what goes on, I will bend, but I won't break. I'm going to get up every day and I'm going to live the best life that I can. And the days that I don't feel like it, I'm going to give myself permission to say, today, I don't feel like it. I'm going to honor my feelings. I have found my voice some time ago. And it's a good feeling. It's a great liberation to be in touch with your soul, to be in touch with your spirit. It's a great feeling. And I know what it's like to feel like you're trapped. I know what it's like to feel like life is unfair. I know what it's like to feel like it's got to be more. I know what it's like to feel like, is this all there is to it? I know what it's like. And I've overcome those hard questions, and I begin to appreciate every minute, because the clock is ticking. Look, those of you that are my peers, we're in the 4th decade of our lives. Yeah. we're in the 4th quarter of our lives. The 4th quarter. Okay? So when I see young people that are in the 1st quarter of their lives, the springtime of their lives, the summertime of their lives, the 2nd quarter, and they're just buying, and they're doing all kind of crazy stuff, I just laugh, because I remember when I was in the 1st quarter and the 2nd quarter and the 3rd quarter of my life, and it's nothing but God's grace that has gotten me to the 4th quarter. And I know the clock is ticking, and so therefore I have made the choice that I will not waste it sitting and waiting and hoping and wishing and trying to change other people. I'm going to work on Jewel. Hallelujah. Yes, I am. Work on me. Get all the stuff out of me, all the toxins out of me, get all of that stuff out of me, and try to just be as happy and as blessed and as focused and as clear-headed and emotionally sober as I can. You know, spark the joy and get rid of those thoughts and beliefs that used to drag me down. Get rid of that fantasy thinking. Get rid of the denial, getting rid of the procrastination, and realize the clock is ticking. Come on, Jewel Diamond Taylor. You got to live your best life, honey. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. This ain't no game. This is not a game. This is not a game. And when you realize that you will not be caught by surprise when life shifts, or when someone passes away, or when life hurts you, you're not going to be caught off guard, because you know we've got to balance the burdens and the blessings. Faith. I'm not just walking around la 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 la. Everything is going to always go my way, and I'll never have pain, and everybody's going to live forever. No. There are challenges, there are burdens, there are things in our lives that we didn't expect to happen, and we have to know how to count the blessings and have our faith anchored in God, anchored in our faith. Come on, somebody. I know this message isn't for everybody, and this is not a doom and gloom message. This is just me sitting on the back deck of my yard and feeling the breeze, and kind of feeling like I'm on the islands. You know, my family, my mother's side is from Jamaica, so I'm sitting here feeling like I'm in Jamaica, girlie, and I'm feeling the breeze, gal, and just counting my blessings, and thankful for you. Thankful for you. May God bless you. May God turn his face towards you. May God bless and keep you. May God be gracious unto you. Stay in the light.